my name is Lottie, and I am going to be your personal stylist. Okay. Now, I have been told by one of my colleagues that you were coming in today, and that you wanted a few new pieces for the upcoming spring summer season. Okay. Now, my colleague has given me all of your details in terms of size, in terms of hair colour, complexion, things like that we really like to consider when selecting our pieces for each client. And I've chosen a few pieces that I really hope that you will like. Alright. Now, I'd like to really take time with the session today. So please don't mind me if I go on to discuss the fabrics and the styles and things like that about each piece that I decide to show you. I mean, it's such horrible weather outside that I'm sure it'd be quite nice for you to come in and save yourself from the rain and the bad weather. Yeah, okay. So I thought I would start off by showing you some dresses. Okay, I can see that you're really feminine and elegant, and dresses are the perfect way to really accentuate that. Okay, so let me show you the first piece. The first piece I have here is this beautiful sort of rusty coral coloured dress, and this is a midi dress, so it will lie sort of halfway between your ankles and your knees. Okay, so it's really classy. It does cover up your modesty if that's something that you're conscious about. Okay, and this is a bodycon dress, so it's really figure hugging. It's going to squeeze you in at all the right places and really show off your beautiful body shape. Alright. Now it just has very simple straps, okay, but these are nice and sturdy. It's not like a spaghetti strap such as the one I'm wearing today, where it can sometimes be quite flimsy and not very supportive. This one will have a lot of support, okay, and it has here a scooped neckline, so if you are wanting to show off your bust, you could wear a suitable bra to enhance those assets, and this dress is going to flaunt them beautifully. Okay, but then again, that is entirely up to you, and if you're wanting to detract any attention from that area, then this neckline will be very flattering, but it means that you can cover up at the same time if you would like. Okay, now if we go around to the back of the dress, you just have this zip here, and this beautiful ruched detailing in the dress is so gorgeous, and I think that this sort of detailing in fabrics actually really highlights and flatters your curves. Okay, so as you can see, it literally does maintain this ruching all the way down to the bottom of the dress. Now, it might look a bit much when it's just on the hanger like this, but I'd like to reassure you that when it's on, that detailing becomes a lot more subtle, but it's still noticeable. Okay. Now, the reason I love this is that it can be accessorized with absolutely anything. Any colour is going to go really nicely with this. And although it is slightly darker in terms of shades, this is going to look really nice in the spring and summer months. In fact, I think this colour would be beautiful at any time of year, especially if you manage to get a bit of a suntan in the summer. This is going to look amazing on a slightly golden skin tone. Alright. and actually I chose this colour in particular because I think it would suit your colouring. It's really, really flattering. And another thing that is great about this piece is that it's super comfortable. So it looks elegant, classy, glamorous, but it's also very, very comfortable, which is something that can be compromised when you go for something quite sexy and glam. Okay? Great. So, what do you think about this one? Yeah? Okay, perfect. I'll hang that up and get a colleague to pack it up ready for you when you go. Okay? So, the next piece that I have to show you is this beautiful blazer dress. Okay. Now, when I say blazer dress, it is slightly low cut, as you can see, which is quite daring, but if you are wanting to cover up your bust and your cleavage, you can always pair this with a vest underneath. It is entirely up to you, and it's got these 3 beautiful buttons down the middle. Okay, you can see that it has sort of sparkled black embellishment, which is really nice, really adds something. Now this one is slightly shorter than the previous one. I'd say that this comes to a few inches above the knee. Okay, so it's not really short, but if length is going to be an issue for you, then perhaps you might want to wear some tights underneath, but I don't think it's needed. I think this is a really classy, sophisticated dress that can also be made sexy with the low cut detailing. Now I also like this one because you've got this very sort of matte fabric here, but then at the collar it's more of a satin finish, which just makes the dress look ever so slightly more glam, a bit more expensive as well. And these sleeves are perfect, I think. You don't want anything too long. As you can see, these are sort of 3/4 length sleeves, so it's going to really flatter your arms. But again, if you did want to make the sleeves slightly shorter, you do have the option to roll them over a few times as well. Okay, it's entirely up to you. Now again, this blazer dress is so versatile. You could pair it with so many different accessories. I personally think a court heel would look really nice with this. Also a flat, so maybe a nice pump or something like that if you're wanting to sort of have a more understated look. And this is such a professional looking dress as well. I think this would be perfect for a sort of work do. Perhaps not one for the office as it is quite glam, but if you're in a sort of work setting, maybe a work party, work drinks, that sort of thing, I think this is perfect. And the fitting actually is so that it will tuck in the waist, so it's not A-line where it's sort of straight down. It will sort of hug you in all the right areas again, but then when you get lower down the dress it does become more A-line, so it's not entirely figure hugging, but it will accentuate your shape nicely. Alright, so what do you think about this dress? Yeah, great. I think it would look absolutely stunning on you actually, so I'm really glad that you agree. Now again, I'm just going to pop that over to one side and I'll go ahead and show you the next dress. Okay, so I thought I'd have at least one lighter colour in the mix, and this dress here I think is absolutely perfect for the spring and the summer months. This would be really nice for maybe a summer party, garden party, that sort of thing. Perhaps not a wedding because you don't want to go and wear white at a wedding, but for that sort of formal look this would be really, really nice. So as you can see, it's a lace detailing dress, and again you've got a nice scooped detail at the front and this is quite low cut. Now, I think if you had a bigger bust, this isn't something that I'd be recommending because you would sort of be spilling out. I personally think that this dress is perfect for us girls that have a slightly smaller bust, as there's less sort of falling out. But it contrasts really nicely with the lace detailing. So you can see it's got these really interesting puffed shoulders, and I think that just adds another dimension to the dress, another talking point. And then you've got this sheer lace down to the sleeve, and again you have at the end here a sort of fluted cuff on the wrist, which looks really elegant, really dainty, really feminine, which is perfect. Okay, now it is nice and fitted at the top, okay, so it's going to show off your waist really nicely, but then sort of from the waist down it is more sort of like a skater shape, so it's going to be nice and flowy around the legs. Again, this is great for summer because in the slightly higher temperatures you'll have a lot of air flowing through the dress, which is always nice and comfortable. Okay, and then around the back you just have a zip going down the centre there. So what do you think about this one? Yeah, okay, I think it's lovely, and I think again it's the sort of thing that you could wear with any colour. I personally think this would look nice with a nude heel, but you could even go ahead and make something more vibrant with it, so you might want to wear sort of an orange or a coral heel just to make the outfit pop a bit. Yeah? Okay, great. So again, I'll just pop that to one side and I'll show you the next two dresses, which are a little bit more fancy. Okay, so next up we have this Peplum Dress. So at the top we just have a sort of v-neck detailing. One half actually is lacy again, so it's got this beautiful navy lace covering a nude fabric underneath. Okay, and then the rest of the dress is a navy colour, but you've got this really flattering peplum detailing at the bottom here, at the waist. And then from the waist down it's another midi dress, so it will sit between your knees and your ankles, and this is again a bodycon dress from the waist down, so it's going to really accentuate your figure nicely. Okay, now this is the first dress that has a spaghetti strap. So again, this is perfect for summer because you're going to have your shoulders out. It's going to be nice and allow lots of air to get to you, and the back is really nice as well because the spaghetti straps sort of cross over like so, and it will have your back exposed. So as long as you're comfortable with that exposure, then it's going to look really glamorous, really sophisticated, but also quite sexy as well. Okay, one thing I would say is that the fabric itself is quite thick. It's sort of like a scuba material, but that's purely because you want to get this shine. That's why the design has chosen to use a scuba material. It's to achieve that structure and that shine. So it can be a little hot, so I wouldn't recommend necessarily wearing it on a super hot summer's day. Okay, I personally would wear this to a wedding, so if you have any formal events coming up over the summer, this would be ideal. But then again, it could be worn in the winter. Obviously, if you're going somewhere like a party that's going to be inside, you could wear this with a nice fur coat layered on top, because you do get the warmth from the scuba material as well. Okay. Now I think the navy is going to look beautiful with you, and with your skin colour, and with the little bit of nude detailing there. I think this would look perfect with some nude heels. I actually have a pair in a moment that I'll show you that I think would go really nicely with this dress. Okay, so what do you think? Is this the one for you, or perhaps not? Yeah? Okay, great. Again, I'll just pop it to the side and grab the next piece. Okay. Okay, so the final dress we have really is a showstopper, as you can see. And it is this beautiful plunge dress with this gorgeous sequin material. And these are black and gold sequins which can be reversed, so not only does this look stunning, but it's also a lot of fun to wear. So you can flip the sequins to majorly gold, or flip in the opposite direction to achieve more of a black sequin dress, but I personally think that having a combination of the black and gold is really, really effective. Okay, so it is a bodycon dress, alright, so it's going to really hug your figure nicely, but I think the main attraction to this dress is the sequin detailing. I think having sequins is just going to make you feel like $1 million. It's going to make you look like $1 million for sure. And it's just a really fun, playful number. I think this would be great for a party, whether it be in the summer or in the winter. And it's just something that's really fun, but quite simple as well. Do you know what I mean? There's not much going on aside from the fact that it's covered in sequins. One thing I would say is, if you're not a fan of the sequin material, if it irritates your skin, then this obviously isn't for you, but if you can overlook that slight disadvantage, then this is perfect. So what do you think? Yeah, perfect. I'll pop it to one side. And now we can move on to the tops. Okay, so I've got two tops to show you, and we can see what you think. So the first top I have is this white jumper. Now, although this is a jumper, you can see that the material is really thin, and this is why I'd say that this would be best for a cold spring day, because you know you can sometimes get those unpredictable spells of weather in the spring, where it is slightly more chilly outside, and this would be perfect because it's got a light sort of spring appropriate colour, but it's also going to keep you warm, which is ideal. So as you can see, it's got this really flattering sort of high neck, but it's not a turtleneck, so it's not going to be restricting you necessarily. It's just going to really elegantly sit around your neck, and then it's got these really interesting, it's almost ballooned sleeves, and it just has that sort of flowy look to it. Now this is a really nice material, and it's going to be really soft. Whether you wear something underneath it or not, it's going to be really super comfortable. Okay, and it's a nice length as well. It's not cropped, so it will cover you up nicely, and I think this jumper would look really lovely with a nice pair of leggings or a nice pair of skinny jeans, depending. Obviously, if you want to go for a more formal look, I would recommend a nice pair of jeans, but quite often you just want to throw on a jumper and something comfortable, and in that case I would recommend some leggings. Okay, and then I'd also perhaps pair them with some ankle boots as well, or some nice white trainers. So what do you think about this one? Nice? Okay, great. to one side and show you the final top. Okay, so next up we have this beautiful blouse, and this is a sheer, almost leopard print, but it's not, it's more of just a spotted print blouse, and it's in a black and red colour, as you can see, and it's really nice and flowy and sheer as well. Okay, now I love the neck to this because you have this sort of almost like a cuff of a neck. Now don't worry about it being too tight because you've got this lovely elasticated part here, and then also towards the back of the blouse you have really nice double button detailing here and a little keyhole that's going to add a little something to the back. Okay, so I personally would say to wear your hair up with this blouse just to highlight the detailing at the back. Okay, and then you've got some long flowy sleeves, so it's not going to be tight, you can just flow, and then you have the cuffed wrist, again with the double button detailing there. Okay, now again this isn't too short, so it's going to be really nice and flowy, and as it is sheer you may want to wear a black long sleeved top underneath, or if you're feeling a little bit more daring, I think this would look really stunning with a sort of black lash detailed bralette. It's entirely up to you and the look that you go for, but again I think this is perfect for any time of year because it's nice and flowy, so that if you want to wear it on a nice warm spring day you could, but then it's perfect for the winter as well. Now again I think I would pair this with a pair of jeans, maybe some black skinny jeans, and then some nice ankle boots as well. What do you think? Yeah. And then I think it would also look nice with maybe a statement necklace, maybe a sort of gold chain, something like that. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Great, I'll pop it to one side and we can get started with looking at the shoes, okay? Great. So the first pair of shoes I have to show you are these very high ankle boots, okay? Now these aren't for the faint-hearted. If you don't like wearing heels, then I definitely wouldn't recommend these because they do have, as you can see, quite a platform. They are quite chunky. Having said that, a chunky platform quite often means that they're easier to walk in, and the fact that these are ankle boots means that you will have the support around the ankle, making it easier to walk with, okay? Now, I think these are perfect for spring, not necessarily summer, but as we're coming out of winter and into spring, I think these are really nice, and are really nice for some sort of outfits, whether it be with jeans or tights. For example, the blouse I just showed you, I think it would be really nice if you paired that with a pair of skinny black jeans and something like this as well. I think it would make you look really tall, and it would make you look slimmer as well. Just having a dark outfit with a high boot really does give that illusion, okay, which quite often people like. They like to go for that sort of look. And then at the back here you just have this gold zip. So I reckon if you were to wear these, you'd want to wear gold jewellery. Obviously you can wear silver because, let's face it, not everyone is going to be looking at the zip on your boots, but if you're wanting to really achieve that attention to detail, then you would want to pair these with gold jewellery pieces. Now these are made from faux leather, so if you are conscious about that, you don't need to worry. And it is a very high quality material, so you don't have to worry about these breaking on you. Okay. So what do you think? Yeah? Perfect. I will pop these to one side. Okay. Next up we have these gorgeous nude court shoes, which I remember mentioning to you not that long ago when we were looking at the dresses. Okay, so the navy dress and the white dress are two pieces that I think would go really nicely with these. Let me just show you so you can have a closer look. Okay, so you can see they are court shoes, so they go in at a little point there at the bottom, and if you look closely, these are made with a pinky nude snake skin detailing material. Now again, these are faux. I would like to reassure you that these are not made with real snake skin, but that snake skin look can be really popular at the moment, and particularly with accessories like bags and shoes, the snake skin texture is really very popular. So it's just going to add a little something. It's not your bog standard nude court shoe. And again, this is a really high quality shoe, so you're not going to have to worry about anything being uncomfortable or anything breaking. I know that sometimes you run the risk of snapping a heel if you go out wearing cheap shoes, but that's not a concern you'll have with these beauties. Okay, so what do you think about these? Yeah, I think they're lovely, aren't they? And it's just a perfect staple piece that is timeless. I feel like these will forever be in fashion, so you're really making an investment with these shoes for sure. Okay, let me just package those up for you and pop them to one side. Okay, and we'll move on to the final pair of shoes. Now the final pair are a little bit more summery because these are a sandal heel. Are these gorgeous gold strappy heels, and this sort of style is called a barely there style because if you look, all that you've got supporting your foot is this strap across the top of the foot and then an ankle strap. Now don't be deceived. I remember looking at this style for the first time and thinking, wow, these must be really uncomfortable, but actually I find these the most comfortable because your toes aren't being restricted like they are in the court and the boots. They can sort of sit freely and comfortably, which I really like. Now I think these are perfect for summer as well because you've got the beautiful gold colour that is going to really complement a tanned skin tone. Okay, and these will go really nicely with a lot of the outfits I've shown you and the outfits that we've put to one side. So what do you think? Yeah, perfect. I will package these up and get them ready for you at the till. Okay, my darling, everything is ready for you to take home. It's been an absolute pleasure having you in today, and I look forward to seeing you